Do, do. Bow, bow, bow. Boop, 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 boop.
I absolutely hate technology sometimes.
Me too, baby. Me too.
Oh man, where's my bottle opener? Ah, huzzah. So I saw you went live, I am live, like live.
Oh,
Um,
live. I've got this little stream is starting screen. Let me go ahead and just get going here. I'll hop
nice.
on.
That'll work, I think. We moved the
Live
couch
scene.
over.
I like it. I
Also,
like the setup.
the reason I hate technology is
Is this working?
because Amazon lady, this one is terrible. I have to constantly start her and turn her on, turn her off, a whole
Hmm.
bunch.
You talking about
Alexa,
your Flecko?
start stream.
There
Oh,
it goes.
there we go.
That was a big pickup though. I don't like how loud that is. I'm a loud guy. You know what I mean? Got to make sure it's
I
a little
feel
bit
that.
quieter.
You hear me all right?
I hear you just fine. I hear
Okay,
you
cool, cool,
perfectly.
cool.
We still having a Mrs. Meeker in here too.
Yes,
Okay.
Raya was fun tonight. Try to get, so she's like just now getting in bed. Got to do the couple
Hear
minutes
that?
cuddle, the couple minutes or
Sure.
so.
I was telling Rebecca about this. We'll take a second. Like the feeling that your brain is on fire when there's no solution
Mm-hmm.
like directly in front of you. You've checked all the boxes, you've done the things, but yet they're still upset. You're like, I don't know how to solve this for you. I want so badly for you to just feel better, but
Mm-hmm.
there is something happening to you that is clearly like the end of the world.
Yeah, I do pretty good. Um, in general, just with like that stress level, except for when there appears to be no answer. You know what I
That's
mean?
what I mean. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's those moments
yeah.
where again they're fed. You know they've let out so many farts, so the gas
Mm-hmm.
isn't there. You know what I mean?
Yep.
The nose is clear. All you've gone through all these things,
Mm-hmm.
and you're like, I don't know what the f to do right now.
Right.
And I don't, and obviously they don't fucking know what's going on either. So they're just like, I'm just gonna keep screaming as loud as I can until I'm content again.
Right.
And you're like, okay, all right, cool.
Oh.
But it's also wonderful and amazing and totally worth it. Just a lot sometimes. A lot sometimes.
Yeah. So I love how our podcast is basically just turned into chaos every week on on my
Did we expect anything different?
nah, nah.
I didn't expect. I didn't
Just real
expect.
life, folks. Real life.
Yeah, this is about as planned as you can get right now. You know what I'm saying? Especially in these stages for the both of us.
Oh, you know it.
You know it, B.
Um. Yeah. So in theory, she'd be down here in like.
That's all right. We can shoot the shit a little bit until then.
Yeah, she'd be
We
down here
watched
in like 5 6 minutes.
Haley and I
But
watched Friend of the Family on Peacock. Let me tell you. Have you heard the story of the Birchtolds
nope.
and the Brobergs?
Uh.
So there's a documentary about this family, and it is off the walls bunkers. It's like stuff that could only happen in the 70s, right? Or
Okay.
like
Uh.
like pre-internet era. And this guy, total sociopath, pedophile, terrible person, basically took advantage of this entire family. At one point, had an affair with the mom and the dad, as well as was being literal pedophile and being terrible to this little girl,
Okay.
right? And we watched the documentary, and it was like, how did this family, how did these parents let this happen with their child? Like he was sleeping in the same room with her. He was all of these things that they were just kind of allowing to happen, and
Mm.
like he was a friend of the family, right? Like that's the whole idea. He was just this is a real life family. It was like we just trust this person. So now 30 some odd years later, they did a TV show. You watch The Office, right? Love The Office.
No.
No. Yeah, that's right, because you have no taste. Well, there's an actor in The Office's later seasons who plays the guy and does such a great job of being so just like this charming,
What's up, Widow?
sleazy, nasty person. What's up,
Yeah.
Widow? But anyway, just finish that up. Great show. 9 episodes, miniseries on Peacock. Highly recommend it.
Well, I started, and you didn't respond to my text about Pod
I
Meets
never did.
World.
I've seen TikToks.
Okay.
I followed their. I think they have a TikTok maybe,
Okay.
or like I think I follow Mrs. Eric Williams or something like that. Someone who does like a fan, like who is a fan of Eric from the
Gotcha.
show and calls themselves Mrs. Eric Williams. I think that was my first into that.
Matthews?
Matthews is what I mean to say. What did I say?
Williams?
Williams. I don't know who that is.
Oh.
Eric Williams is the guy I went to high school with.
Mm.
There's where the wires are crossed. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, yeah, no, love that. I don't really. I'm not. I only got my room in my life for like 3 podcasts. Otherwise, it's just I don't pay attention. So I like the clips. I like the clips. Same way. I'm never gonna watch 10 seasons of Modern Family. You damn well better believe I've watched a full season of clips on TikTok. Those 10-part things. I found them. I'm going through.
It's a rewatch one. And
Sure.
yes,
I tried Office Ladies also.
Yeah. Yes, they talk about the show.
Mm-hmm.
But you just get so much background info, and this is the show. We've talked about it plenty of times. Like Boy Meets World was like, I grew up with Boy Meets World.
I would define you and Rebecca as super fans.
It's probably the TV show.
I'm a fan. You guys are super fans.
Like I could listen to this podcast without ever watching any of the episodes ever again. And know still exactly. And still quote lines from the episodes as they're going through.
Sure.
And so, and I just love some of the background stuff. What I was really interested in, and wish you could tell there was more info, but they weren't giving it.
Yeah.
Ben Savage is not involved in this.
Pause. Yeah, I saw that. Probably just because he's a loser and lame and doesn't want to join in on some cool action. I can't hear you. Hang on. I gotta be fancy like you. What are you doing? I'm gonna have to talk to you about this. We'll do a little techie boy talk later. How are you making it to where your stream and your microphone isn't catching what you're hearing in a way that is like doubling up the sound? Like I feel like right now, if I were to use my speakers instead of my microphone, right, it would pick up you talking to me on the microphone twice. That makes sense? Oh, yeah, that's right. I got to be able to hear you.
There we go.
Go.
All right.
Yes.
So mine is called the Quadcast. So it's got 4 directional zones. And the one that I have it set to apparently works well enough. It doesn't. It only catches direction from in front of it. So there's also one that is omnidirectional, so it catches everything.
Sure.
I don't remember the names of them. There's one that's podcast, so it only catches front and it only catches from the back. So that way, if you're sitting face to face with someone,
sure, like at a table.
Yeah, and then there's left and right. So so same thing as the podcasty one, but instead of front back, it's left right. So you get 2, 2, 1, or all around.
You know what? Okay, I think it might be time. I might retire this guy here. I thought it would be nice to get a fancy one, but problem with the fancy one is it's not smart. Not smart at all.
This is, good reviews.
My ears get hot. You know what I mean? I just get really hot ears while I'm talking to you, and I'm not a big fan. You know what I'm saying?
I much prefer having the headset on, and like if it was just you and me, I would have the headset, but since Rebecca plans on joining, I have it set up like this.
We'll look into
just because the headset it just sounds so good.
It does sound really good. I will agree with that. I do like the sound quite a bit. I have an Arctis Pro wireless.
I have the Arctis Series 7.
Yeah, Arctis, man, great brand.
It's great.
I think I had an Arctis 7, like a wired one, whenever I had my PS4 back in the day, and I liked it quite a bit. So that's why I got this guy. This one's got this little doodad here that I plug into the computer. I don't know what it does. I couldn't tell you. I mean, I can adjust the bass and stuff, but like, I'm not paying attention. I'm just putting the headphones on. It was on sale. I was like, cool, let me get that one instead.
Yeah, mine's got the thing, so the wireless connects, so I plug it into the computer so that way it senses. But then I can open up the SteelSeries stuff and
Sure.
mess
Like
with
the
the
app,
settings,
not win. I guess app. That is an app.
which I definitely have.
Mm-hmm.
Cordell, Warzone is free. Okay, I will be getting Warzone.
Ooh, Warzone 2?
Yeah, yeah,
Huh. Huh.
it's free, so
I
I
might
will
try
be
it too.
getting it then, Cordell.
Right now, I'm balls deep in God of War, and let me tell you, it's a great time. It's a great time. What a story. What a game. Loving it. Did you ever
Oh,
play the old God of Wars? Did you
no,
ever play them? No.
no.
Okay.
So
Neither do I. I love these new ones though.
we've talked about this before. I'm not a big campaign guy.
Sure. Yeah.
Like
Not a single player guy. See,
Halo's the
I'm big single player person.
Halo's the only thing I've ever done campaign, and the only time I did campaign was when I was doing co-op campaign with Luke or some of
Sure.
my other friends from high school.
Couch co-op. That's what Halo's. I mean, famous for, right?
Yeah, so I just had I've never
Whatever happened to
enjoyed it.
zombies? I miss zombies. Remember when we used to play
Oh,
zombies?
dude, we turned it Cordell. This is something that we could do at some point. Is drunk zombies.
Ooh.
So my Lance and I, the summer that we lived together,
Sure.
we made it a drinking game where if you didn't make it to level 10, then you had to do a shot. Because
Okay.
and you should make it to level 10 relatively
Sure.
easily. Like if you don't,
Sure.
then it's punishment.
Yeah.
And then it was just because it was fun. At that point, it was every level past that we did a drink. So if you made it to level 20, it was 10 drinks. So essentially a shot.
Sure.
And so that was just kind of our fun drinking zombies thing.
And that's right. Y'all lived in a hotel.
Extended
Is that right?
stay, baby. Yeah,
Extended stay for like several months.
Yeah, yeah.
I remember being like, wow, these guys are really doing the damn thing. And you guys did a great job.
Yeah, that was because he was working somewhere in the area. I
I'm
was
sure he
doing
was.
orientation stuff. I was also working in the missions office. So it was just like, we're both working. There's no sense in going home. So,
Sure.
Cordell,
Amen.
yes, we're a team. So it's just, you've played zombies, like you're working together to survive as long as possible.
Oh,
So
these zombies.
it's just like the team either wins or loses. So as a team, if or because your teammate could die, and then if you made it to the round, they would get brought back. And so as long as someone lived to round 10, you didn't have to do the shot as punishment. Yeah, it's a team thing. It's just community drinking. Which, speaking of, Josh,
Yeah.
the last leg, that football game, was
Yeah.
fun.
How was that?
It was fun.
Okay. Cool.
However, not great via Discord because no matter what we tried, there was either they were ahead or we were ahead, like 30 seconds. So it was like, okay, I just saw the play.
Let me wait for a long time.
Oh, they reacted. Okay, now I can say, okay, who owes drinks. So it was a little rough. Fun game. And then Rebecca wants to make it. What's up, Christina? Rebecca wants to make the rules where, so you deal out 3 cards.
Sure.
She wants to do it where you deal out 5 cards. Just
Okay,
because,
why?
or maybe even 4, but so there's more action. It was just, there were points where it was very slow.
Sure.
Which for her, like for me, I'm gonna watch the game no matter what. But for her, it makes it a lot more interesting.
I get that.
Apparently, Christina's boobs smell weird.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Don't really know how to respond to that. I thought I'd have a witty retort. Didn't have it.
Yeah.
Empty in the head.
Well,
I don't know if you can hear this echo.
I was bedridden Thursday, Friday.
Oof.
Portions of Saturday. Sunday, I was up and mostly functioning, and then still napped. And then yesterday, I woke up with an ear infection. So I was home yesterday with an ear infection, and today I took a nap at 6:15. Like,
PM.
Yeah.
Dang.
And I also took a nap while at work, like laying on the floor. Like, I have been exhausted.
Sure. It's that time of year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It snowed here for a solid. I mean, we seriously got 2-3 inches of snow.
Yeah.
Saturday morning.
Yep.
And then it was gone for the most part by Sunday night. It's weird. Weird. I mean,
Yeah, but
not weird. It's
Christina,
par for the course, really.
work naps for you. Do you have a bed that you get to use? I literally lay on a hard floor that has that cheap, crappy 1/4-inch carpet, and I cover
Work
up
naps.
with a 3/4 zip that I have hanging on my wall.
Tell me
As
more
my
about work naps. I kind of want to live through you for a second. How does it feel when you wake up? What are you thinking? What's going on in your head? You know what I mean?
I wake up and I'm like, holy shit! I just slept for however long. Like today, I think I slept for literally like 45 minutes at work. I ate lunch and I was like, I'm exhausted.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Oh, did you sleep on your lunch break? I mean, I guess
No. I mean, I'll
yeah.
sleep whenever, but like today,
Oh, sure.
And then the kicker to this, You guys have a massage chair? That's dope, Christina.
Oh, you living that bougie life.
Man. So the kicker to this today, and especially why I didn't feel guilty napping, because who cares? I don't normally, but the principal of the school emailed my boss and BCC'd me as why? With the subject title, "Is Darren okay?" And basically, hey, I heard he didn't do his speech and debate commitment because we had a tournament this weekend and I couldn't go because I had the flu.
Right.
He's like, yeah, I heard he didn't do that. Making sure he's okay. But also, is he filling out his sick leave? Like, is he doing that properly? Cool. Let me know if you guys need anything.
Hey, making sure you're on top of it. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
that's all it is. You got to make sure that you file that leave. Did you file that leave?
I had already done it.
You're on top of things. You should have just responded. I got it done.
Oh, my boss did, because it wasn't directed toward me. I was BCC'd.
Still.
So my boss responded with...
Walk into their office and be like, hey, I'm okay.
My boss responded with what antibiotics I was on, because I told her that I had the flu, but I did not have COVID. Like, as many details as possible to show that I had done everything needed.
And you're like, you know what? They're already feeling sorry for me. It's nap time. Yeah. Let's go.
Yep.
I get it. Hey, what a time. What a time to be alive.
And I woke up feeling good, and then after I put Ruby to sleep, you get in that room, it's all dark, you're warm because you're holding the baby. I was like, I'm taking a nap.
It's time to make it happen, Captain.
Yeah.
Dude, that's the Sunday ritual now. At this point, at 3:30, 4 o'clock comes around. I'm like, oh, I'm about to just lay right back down.
Hey, did you know Cordell all caps is so fucking excited for Warzone?
I believe it. Should I download it right now? Doggy dog?
Oh, you can't. It doesn't come out till 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Or 9 o'clock. 10 Eastern, 9 o'clock Central, I think.
I'm going to forget by then.
Cordell, you should.
Can I, pre-download it? Can you not, pre-download it?
I don't know. I guess maybe.
Should be able to.
There's a demilitarized zone mode? What does that mean? What does that mean,
Demilitarized zone mode. Sounds like a very boring Call of Duty game.
A DMZ? Yeah, like, you just punch each other?
Like, hey, we're just going to talk. We're going to talk our feelings out, guys.
Well, DMZ is demilitarized zone.
Bravo 6. Feeling pretty sad. Actually, guys, could we talk about it? Feeling pretty depressed.
I don't know.
It's an extraction mode. Okay.
Dude, you know how to go extraction mode? Division 2. That game. Fun game. Had a little extraction mode. You go to this, dark zone, and you, collect all this loot, and you'd have to kill other groups in order to, escape on a helicopter to get the fuck out of the extraction zone. Pretty cool. It's a fun game. Still exists. I think people still play it. Very hard. Difficult game. Difficulty spike was you're playing this game and you're just having this nice casual fun time, then all of a sudden they're like, whoa, motherfucker, we're hitting the gas now. Completely, totally. It's a lot. But you know what else is fun, Darren? Something I enjoy doing, and so does Cordell. Marvel Snap. So good.
I re-downloaded it.
Yeah.
And it didn't sync up with my previous progress, and I was not about to go through everything, so I just deleted it again.
Wow! Out of nowhere, here she comes. There's Rebecca. What's up?
I just have one thing to say. One thing to say. Eagles. Yeah. How about
we haven't
even started yet.
We haven't even started the Flemeeker shit.
Oh, we're talking about. We're just talking. We're just shooting the shit. How you doing? Like that bow thing? What's this?
Oh.
Just for fun? It's nice.
Yeah, it's to hide my hair.
Yeah, you got to save your take for
all right.
later.
All right.
You're over here making brownies. You're over here doing dances on TikTok. I just like it.
It was her idea to put the couch here too.
Yeah.
Smart idea. It's a great idea.
I can basically like that. I can like this.
Oh.
take a
She's
nap.
gonna
Please come
fall
look
asleep.
it up. What's that block behind you? Like right behind you, Rebecca. What's that big block thing in the distance? Yeah, what is that? Is that a
That
stool?
is a toy box
From my childhood.
from
Oh,
Karen's child.
that's awesome. I love that.
So
Very cool.
my bets are like
Bex is so hot. I'm so obsessed.
I'm so hot. Fuck it. Nah, nah,
Obsessed.
but thanks.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay.
You guys want to get into this nonsense?
All right.
You guys want to officially start the show?
You guys didn't have to wait for me. I feel bad.
Oh,
We had a good time just
Okay.
talking
Yeah,
nonsense.
we're just talking. There's only like 5 of us total hanging out right now. It doesn't really
exactly.
matter. You know what I mean? Like, who
Yeah,
cares?
everyone
We're having a good time.
waited.
Right. Okay. Welcome everybody to the Flemeeker Halftime Show, Week 10 edition. I am one of your hosts, Josh Fleming. Alongside, I had things, I had thoughts, I had names that I was going to give him, lost them, gone out of my head completely. We started talking about games. What am I going to give him now? What is it? What was it? Dang it. Doesn't matter. And a special guest. It's Darren. He's there. He's here. Whatever. Who cares? A special guest. The special guest. Mommy Meeker, Rebecca Meeker. Thank you for coming on to the show, Rebecca. I'm glad to have you. Today, we are going to talk about some Packers and some Colts. We got to talk about it a little bit. We're going to have the first official meeting of the season is over club. Did somebody get kicked out this week? Do we stay in? Are we still sad? The answer is yes. Second, we're going to do our Super Bowl picks of the week. We got to do it. You know we got to do it. And that's really just about it for today. So to get started, we're going to start with, oh man, I had a whole thing. I got so distracted. I had a whole thing with Rebecca. I called it something. Darren, what did I call her thing? Oh, Rebecca's rap sesh. Rap sesh with Rebecca. That's what I was going to call the little segment.
We have a Miss Raya that's here, so.
Oh, Raya's rap sesh. Let's do it. Raya, what are your thoughts, dude? Oh, you got to go to bed. Sorry. Good night.
So, real quick, while we wait then, I was just going to talk about the crazy week, because it was insane.
Sure, let's just jump into it.
Did you watch any games? I know you were dealing with your child.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
I had it on my phone with the volume down.
Okay.
So every so often I was able to check in on the games. The game that I saw probably the most of, I missed the end of the Buffalo Vikings game. Super disappointed by that because the end of that game was apparently bonkers off the wall.
Yeah.
Thought that game was over, so I really stopped paying attention at that point.
Yep.
Couldn't watch the Colts game. Listened to it a little bit, but again, brain's on fire, kids crying. There's not a way you can really
Sundays was Saturday.
What? Okay, listen, we're gonna start about it. We want to talk about that first. We want to go with the Colts first. All right, listen, let's talk about it. So this man's my hero. I'm looking up jerseys yesterday. I'm trying to find a Jeff Saturday number 63 retro jersey. Let me tell you, I'm gonna have one of those in the next couple of weeks. I'm gonna tell you that right now because this man. I don't care if we lose every other game this year. I don't care. We beat Josh McDaniels. Okay, first of all, spurned lover, right? Yeah, right. He was gonna be our head coach. What 2 years ago, before Reich, he was gonna be our head coach. And then some people were excited. I remember I wasn't really super excited because the whole thing with the Broncos, like. He was a cheater. We knew that he was a cheater.
And
so it was like I don't really want that in the Colts.
Like a Colts person can't want a Patriots coach.
100%. But there were people. We were torn. What's up, JJ? We were torn. Divided in half. I remember the fan base was very upset about it because they thought, oh, well, maybe this guy will be a genius and we'll win 1,000 games and win the Super Bowl. Blah blah blah. I never believed it for a second.
Yeah.
But then in a classic Patriots
26 hours in.
Right. Not even a full weekend passes. And this man's already like, I'm bouncing. I'm not doing this. Goodbye, Colts. No thanks. Don't know if it was Jim Irsay that turned him off. Don't know if it was like, I can't cheat. Oh, I can't? Oh, okay. I can't record their practices? Never mind. I don't want to do this. But it was so nice. Again, going back. I watch him do the press conference. Right. Let's rewind a little bit more, actually. Because let's really unpack this. Right. I was obviously last week pretty reserved, right? Other than the fact that I was really celebratory when it came to the fact that our season was over. Really reserved. Didn't really know how to feel about this. Was like Jeff Saturday, loved the man, loved him as a player. He was always that dude that I felt like was like the vibe. You know what I mean? Like he was the guy. So I liked that. There was some controversy with the Rooney Rule, all that stuff. I was like, who cares? They'll figure it out in the regular when the next season comes around. This man every interview that I've listened to or watched, everything that I've seen him say since becoming the coach, an undefeated coach, by the way. No, nobody's beaten him yet. Just put that out there. You know, saying 1-0, baby. I love him. I've been reminded how much I love him because he's very straightforward. He's honest. He's like, I'm gonna tell you exactly what I'm thinking about this. I'm gonna tell you exactly how I'm feeling about all this. And if I suck, I suck. Who fucking cares? And then he's talking to Pat McAfee the other day, and he's like, you know, I love the equipment manager, Frog. I love this guy. And he's like naming all these people that are living in the are working in the building for the Colts. And I'm like, I just love him. I just love the guy so fucking much. And then we beat Josh McDaniels. That's wonderful. And then you think about this, right? I've been watching the Pat McAfee show a lot. I love Pat McAfee.
He's great.
I've
and
seen a couple TikToks.
love him. Hilarious guy.
Yeah.
And he's talking about this idea, and I really am like, I'm pretty committed to this, and I think that he's right. If Jeff Saturday does well, this opens up the door for so many players to just be like, I want to be a coach. And instead of having to work their way up the fucking ladder and serve coffee to the assistants and do all this BS that they never wanted to do in the first place, which, let's talk about that for a second. That's stupid, right?
That's stupid for any
You've been
job.
working, right, for any job, but you've been playing in the NFL for 13 years, 12 years, 10 years, whatever. You've been doing the damn thing forever. This should never been the case to begin with. But if Jeff Saturday does this, wow, does that solve some problems? You know what I'm saying? When we're talking about the Rooney Rule or talking about the lack of diversity, right? Dude, all these players, I mean, not all these players, but like most of them, besides your Wes Welkers and your freaking quarterbacks, right, are mostly black people, right? Put them in this position. Let them do it. Let them run this shit. So I'm that much more enthusiastic about the fact that we're not going to win the Super Bowl. We maybe would get lucky to get one game away from going to the playoffs. We're not going to the playoffs. The season's over. It is done. But
hey, when the Packers beat the Titans on Thursday, you're gonna be that much closer.
I really need for you guys to beat the Titans, okay? I really need that to happen. I'm the biggest Packer fan in the world on Thursday night. Let me tell you.
They're wearing all white, baby. All white.
Ooh, Rebecca.
Okay, so I hear you.
Yes.
I agree with you. I'm on your side with the whole this.
Yeah,
this
I
guy
feel a
just
butt
became
coming.
The coach thing. But before he had this success of a night and this this success.
Sure.
Who was it that was talking?
We had CBS on and she heard the Bill Cowher rant.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
Bill Cowher can suck a big fat one,
Okay, but
Rebecca.
listen. So I'm coming in with not knowing who any of these people are, right? So from an
Sure.
outsider's perspective, he goes, I understood the passion. I understood where he's coming from. He's like, oh, the assistants who live and breathe football, like, I can understand that sucks for them. But again, I agree with you, and at the same time, I was like, let me real quick.
Let me interject if you don't mind. You hear me? I feel you, and I understand. Let's talk about Bill Cowher for a second, okay? Let's talk about who's his daddy. All right, he was also a head coach. He got where he got because of the people he knew and the people he was related to.
The thing that
like,
I love
he didn't work his way up.
Is and what about all the journalism people who had all these years of experience and a coach just came in and took their spot on, like,
dude, 100%. Like,
yeah.
it's so they don't care. They really, honestly, if you were to ask them having a beer, if you were to talk to Bill Cowher one-on-one, that dude would be like, I don't give a flying shit.
You have to have a take, though.
But you have to have a take, and in order to make your take like stand out, you have to be passionate and big and all of these things.
It stood out. Good for him.
It did. 100%. You're not the only one, Rebecca. A lot of people are on that side because of the stuff that he was saying, and Joe Thomas, the former Browns guy. Which another thing that Pat McAfee pointed out. Joe Thomas was another person who was like, "This is disgusting." He's giving it to a guy. He's drinking beers. He's giving it to his drinking buddy, which was kind of some people were giving him shit because Jim Irsay has a problem with drugs. We know this, right? He has a problem with drinking. He has these issues. So to like attribute it to just being like that is a little bit harsh toward Jim. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, Joe Thomas the same way. He said 3 or 4 years ago that he would have taken a head coaching position for the Cleveland Browns, one of his former teams, had he been offered the position.
Right.
But now that someone else,
Mm-hmm.
and also, by the way, I'm pretty sure they play the same fucking position.
Yep.
So like it's the same scenario, right? But he didn't get the job 3 years ago,
Talking
and
out
he
of
was
both
one
sides of their mouth.
100%. So it's
Yep.
like, yeah, just go screw yourselves. Let the Saturday man be the Sunday boy, and let us all enjoy this ride. You know what I'm saying? Come on. But yeah, yeah. Bill Cowers, I just he doesn't care.
So, anyways, before that, I didn't.
Yeah,
I
sorry.
Didn't. No. I was just like, oh, that kind of makes sense. Like, that's crazy. Like, but then I was like, but isn't this a good thing? Like, because he was talking about how he's like, he hasn't put in the hours and he hasn't, sacrificed his family. Being a coach is a sacrifice. And I was like, wanted to vomit. And I'm like, but isn't this a good thing that he's creating a new narrative that, like,
Yes,
you don't have to literally pick family or your job. Like, you can do both, and like you can be good
and like
at both.
he did though. Like he played for the NFL for 13 years.
Right. So he's
Like
already.
you don't think that was a sacrifice having to be on the
Right.
road 8 weeks a year? Like he did the work. It's just he didn't do the work in the specific way that they're wanting it to happen. And I'm sure people like Bill Cowher and Joe Thomas are getting so much stuff from people who, these older guys, these guys that have worked their way up and done this stuff, and they are like, you need to be really mad about this because this is going to cost so many of us regular schmegular people our jobs because all these players are going to come in and take our jobs and all this stuff. But it's like, it makes so much more sense.
Yeah.
It makes so much more sense. I think we're going to look back on this 2-3 years from now and we're going to go, wow, this really started something. This was the beginning of a movement because you already see it in the NBA. You already see it in baseball. Former players becoming coaches. I mean, I think you've seen it in hockey a little bit too. Like it's already in these other sports. This is one of the only sports that doesn't do this. Now, there's an argument that I was thinking about the other day, Rebecca. Let me ask you about this. What your thoughts are? Okay, these boys are concussed. Do we really want to put that much more of a spotlight on these guys who have been hit in the head 1,000 times, calling plays? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you're not getting concussions making coffee.
I mean, okay, but so are the current coaches? The current coaches aren't concussed?
Well, I'm not going to say whether or not that they could have gotten concussed in other ways,
Because
right?
maybe let's try something new. Let's try being concussed in coaching.
Maybe it gives you an advantage, right? maybe you're thinking a little too much and you need to think a little less.
Yeah.
That might not age well, but that's fine. I like that take. I'm on board.
Concussed
I'm with you on that one.
coaching. Hashtag
Yeah.
concussed coaching.
Hashtag concussion coaching.
Yeah.
Hashtag CC. Hey, what's up, Hess? I don't know if you're still in here. It's nice to see you, buddy. So JJ, real quick, let's talk about your Bills, all right? I'm kind of scared for your Bills right now. Doggy dog. Why do they keep throwing these interceptions in the red zone? What's up with Josh Allen fumbling?
So
Y'all
many
like-
interceptions.
So many, and like in big moments. Stephon Diggs was even like, hey, we might be blinking. We might be looking this Super Bowl championship run in the eyes and like hesitating. Might be a little nervous. Or how are you feeling right now about that? Because I feel like this Bills Mafia, it's more like that episode of Rugrats where they're doing the mafia thing. It's not really like a full-on mafia. You know what I mean? Nobody's getting murdered other than the Bills.
Again?
Yeah.
Did she
What
have to
happened?
leave?
I don't know. She's
So-
right there.
So, side note, we have
Yeah.
a neighbor who has dogs, and did she just scream again?
But I agree. I mean, to a certain degree, I feel like Josh Allen last year really kind of took a huge step toward being more of a proven thing. Like last year, he was really good. This year, I feel like is borderline, other than those interceptions, like MVP level.
Yeah.
But more like Bill's Breakfast Club. I like that, Hess. You're right.
Christina's on her sleeping belt.
Let's get them on
we
a
have a
poster.
neighbor who has dogs, and the dog sneaks out
Yes.
of their yard and comes into our house through the doggy
Well, you've
door.
got so many doggies now. They're
Right,
probably
no,
like, hey,
no,
it's a party.
sometimes we don't even notice because we have so many dogs. We're just like,
Sure.
oh wait, no, that one doesn't belong. But at this point, we've just started just leaving her because they can't find the hole that she's getting out of, and so I'm just like tired of putting her back.
Hey,
Um,
she just wants to be a part of the dog party. That's all.
Yeah, for sure. What was the problem this time?
Mac Jones did make the Pro Bowl last year.
Hyper.
No.
We
What
have
a
toddler
joke.
Who's just not wanting to go to bed. Bedtime is like the struggly no matter how much you bribe her, no matter how much you tickle her, and
Yeah.
like scratch the back and make her calm, and the whole thing, nothing works. It's
That's
just,
going to be an interesting moment, man. That we're just at the point where you feed her, she's fine. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You ply her with food, she's like, all right, I'm good. I'm gonna sleep
yeah,
for a
pretty
couple
much.
hours.
Yeah, I've got one that's like that too right now. It's great.
All right.
It's beautiful.
It's great.
Well, she has a crib. She can't really escape. Anyway.
That's fair. That is fair. There's no escape for
About
her
to put
either.
Raya back into a crib.
That's it.
Really
Lock her up.
tall,
Lock her up, man.
vaulted ceiling crib.
Some would say prison.
I'm imagining like the Star Wars Episode 1 like red walls surrounding her, just
Yeah.
lasers. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
She'll
my
break
God,
through
lasers.
bars.
Yes. Oh, amazing. So she tries
Absolutely.
to escape. Seared.
Okay.
Just a small zap. Nothing that's like child abuse, but like
A
a
small
warning.
zap.
Like, don't fuck around. You know what I'm saying?
Real
Just kidding, I'm just
quick,
kidding. Do not
'cause-
endorse that.
Luke is expecting us soon.
Oh, sorry.
Dang,
Um,
dang. It has been 41
So
minutes.
on the Packers front,
You guys, that's right.
Sure.
what? No, I know. They finally run the ball.
Sure.
Aaron Rodgers
Jones.
only throws it
Aaron
20
Jones.
times.
You got that Josh Allen hurdling over the player right this year. That image. I'm loving the image of Aaron Jones jumping in the air, grabbing his crotch, and
Well,
just
it's the
like pointing
Marshawn
at that
Lynch.
guy.
It's the
It's the Marshawn Lynch, and it was great. It was great.
So they finally started running the ball. And then what happens? We have stupid Amari Rodgers, who fumbles for the 4th time on a punt return this year.
You got rid of him. You dropped him.
We did finally.
Yep.
But before
Dropped him like he's been dropping them balls. You know what
But
I'm
yesterday,
saying?
after the game, both Matt LaFleur and Rich Bisaccia were like, well, we'll talk about it. You know, he might be back next week. And it's like, he's had 4 fumbles. This one we still recovered from, but the other 3 we lost. Like,
Yeah, but you guys,
fumbles,
beggars can't be
4
choosers kind of
receptions.
situation. You know what I'm saying?
it's ridiculous. So
Yeah.
so they got rid of him. Rodgers finally gave it to Watson. Watson popped off. Randall Cobb's supposed to be coming
First
back.
time since like the 50s that a rookie receiver
Yeah,
got
James
3 tutties in
Lofton,
a game.
for
Yeah,
the Packers.
big deal. Big deal.
So that was cool.
Randall Cobb's coming back?
Well, he's been with the Packers. He's just injured, so he's like coming
Was it-
off.
Didn't
He left for a little bit, but he's been back for 2 years now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good old corn on the cob. Where did he go?
Texans. No, he
That's
was
right.
he was with the Cowboys and then the Texans, I think, and then back to
Keeping
the
it in the
Packers.
family.
Sure. Don't mess with
And
Tex.
so it's just like this could. If Jeff Saturday could be a coach, now basically anybody could be a coach. No, I'm kidding. But like, there are so many things that it's just like, don't overthink it. Like these coaches and players overthink it so much.
Darren, great segue. What do you think about coaches coaching concussed? Rebecca and I were talking about this. Okay,
Coaches being what?
just listen. One little layer that we were unraveling together, Rebecca and I, was these former players becoming coaches. Could it put a spotlight on these players who have had all these concussions, right? And so Rebecca made the point, and I think it's a very salient one. Again, will it age well in the next 5 years? Maybe not. We don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll make an apology video, cry. We'll do the whole thing if we have to. But would it be better if they coached concussed? Maybe there's a little bit less in the
Maybe,
brain to
yeah.
get in your own way.
Less thinking.
You know what I'm saying? Less thinky, more football.
Less
You know what I mean?
overthinking.
Yeah.
There you go.
But that's what
I
I'm
like
saying.
that.
Like, it's just been so simple. And, like, we lost to the Lions and Rodgers threw 40 some odd times. Like, don't be dumb. Just do what you need to do.
Sure.
Why is it spicy?
What is that one? Oh, it's platinum. No, it's not.
It's
Why did I think that was Bud Light Platinum?
It's Boulevard double barrel aged maple coffee ale.
13%.
Whoa, that's why it's spicy.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, and and then he's like, this week he was making throws that were good throws against the Lions. He was not, and so it's just like, but again, he threw the ball half the time, so it's just things made so much more sense against the Cowboys. Had we not lost against the Lions, we would be in a much better spot. We really can't afford to lose right now.
No, not
So,
another game.
I'm not in the.
That's why I did the popper. I have multiple poppers, by the way.
I'm not in
End of
the
Can't
season
wait.
is not over, but I'm in the season has potential now.
So you're still in. You've been inducted. You can't escape it just yet.
Right.
Because I'm the captain and the president of the Season's Over
Yeah.
Club. But I'll tell you this: you've got a window. Now you got a nice little window to look
Right.
out of, right? I get it. I've got a smaller window. I've got
Yeah.
a window about this big. Just enough
See,
of my eye hole.
What sucks
I can see what it looks like.
is
maybe
I
with
love
one
that
eye.
the
I squint.
Eagles. I love that the Eagles lost, but
Big deal.
for the Packers, it would have been better had they won every game except for the one that they play against the Packers, because that means they're mowing down all the other potential wild card spots.
Sure.
So the fact that the Commanders got a win puts them ahead of us in that wild card race because they have the tiebreaker. So I'm like,
Sure. You've got a better chance for sure, I
Yes.
think, than we do,
Yeah.
in the sense that the NFC is just not as good at the bottom of
Well-
the playoff bracket.
Well, you've got
you know
a
what I'm
total
saying?
chance because Derrick Henry goes down, and you got a chance at the division. So
Wow, no, that's done.
No.
I mean, I'm not even gonna get into that. I don't want to have any. There's no hope for me. My soul is dead when it comes to that part. So I can't. It would take a lot of trying to get that spark going. You know what I mean? Getting those rocks together. I just can't quite get there. Maybe Jeff Saturday, he'll grab a rock and he'll try to help me out a little bit more. Maybe in a couple weeks we'll be feeling differently. But right now, you know what I'm saying? It's like Charmander's tail when it's just about as extinguished in that Pokemon cartoon. You know what I'm saying? It's like just got that little fire. Would have died, that dinosaur. So yeah, I will say this about the Packers. This felt so predictable in the sense that it was like, of fucking course they would win the most difficult game out of these 6 games, because that defense is no joke.
we've had
Right.
RELAX. We've had we're gonna run the table, and now
Sure.
we've got we're not dead. That's what Aaron Rodgers said. We're not dead.
Sure. We'll see, man. We'll see. I think out of the two, you guys have the better chance. I will say that for sure.
I think technically and mathematically, yeah.
Yeah, well, also just like spiritually. Maybe. I don't know. Hey, here's the deal. We may be looking at an undefeated coach. He might just take us all the way to the Super Bowl, win the whole thing. You know what I mean? You never know. Jeff Saturday,
That'd be
my
the best
personal
story
hero.
ever.
That'd be
I'm telling you
literally
what,
iconic. Write a book.
Absolutely. I promise you. Regardless, I'm gonna buy a fucking Jeff Saturday jersey. They're not expensive. They're pretty fucking cheap right now. Let me tell you. And I'm gonna be rocking it for each game just because I love the man. He's a great guy.
Hey Josh, what
yeah.
time is it?
Time for you to shut up. I got him! I'm on TV, bitch. What's up? Idiot. What? What time is it? What?
I was setting you up for a
Oh.
certain weekly thing.
What time is it, Josh?
Matchup.
Oh shit.
In the middle of a freaking song. You know what? What matchup do you seek? It's the Super Bowl pick of the week. Darren, go ahead.
I'll tell you who I don't pick.
I said Darren.
What matchup do you see? It's our Super Bowl pick of the week.
Yeah! Let me tell you, I was feeling real down, and I just felt the spirit hit me as soon as you started singing. I love it. Thank you.
Okay,
all right, Rebecca, what's your pick?
I had this all picked
Darren,
out.
shut up, Darren. Rebecca?
I'll tell you who I don't pick. Remember those Eagles that everyone was like, oh my god, the Eagles. My thing is, Eagles who? Eagles 8-0? How about 8-0? Bye, bitch. I rooted for the Commanders last night. I was like, Darren, put the game on. This is incredible. Let's go Commanders.
Man, let me tell you.
All day. Commanders.
Former
going-
Battlehawk, by the way. Former Battlehawk, Tyler Heineke. He got benched
Who?
for the Battlehawks. Heineke, the quarterback for the Commanders.
Did you really? That's
Just
great.
as a side note.
I love Heineke.
Great clip of him
Incredible.
though in the St. Louis locker room, like smashing 2 beers together and chugging them. It's great. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry, Rebecca. I'm sorry.
No, that's pretty much Super Bowl. I'm voting for the Commanders to go to the Super Bowl and who else? The Chiefs.
Great call.
That's how I feel this week.
So glad you got the right conference too. I was really worried about that for a second. You're gonna pluck the Packers or something.
Yeah, I was
Okay,
like,
all right.
I was like, I don't
Chiefs
think that works.
run over the Commanders in that one. The Chiefs run them down.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, over and done.
Yeah. Chiefs win.
I agree with Cordell. Vikings Dolphins. That was my pick. Vikings
Vikings
Dolphins.
Dolphins. That's a good one.
Ooh, fun characters. That would make a fun. They could make a fun commercial out of that. Wouldn't that
You
be
sound
a
you
sight?
sound like that TikTok lady that did the fantasy draft review for her husband. You ever see that? So you sound like we should go ghost the players.
Clips, yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
Speaking of players, Jimmy G went to a Warriors game with
yes, and
with
women
CMC,
were
Kyle
awning.
Juszczyk, and Kittle, and they're all sitting in the front row.
Listen, you named
the
those other
Warriors
guys.
dance
No one was
team-
paying attention.
The Warriors dance team sees Garoppolo, and they come over and they're like,
The whole team,
the
Rebecca,
whole
in
team of
line.
them.
In line. We're
Yeah,
just
in
like,
line,
hey,
just
hey,
walking
Jimmy.
down, all saying
Hi,
hi to
Jimmy.
Jimmy G.
Hey, Jimmy.
It was
They were
so-
all over it.
It was
all over that
amazing.
Jimmy D. You know what I'm saying? Not that Jimmy G.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this just because I've been thinking about it. Thought about it while I was taking a poop this morning too.
Jimmy D.
Maybe a controversial take. My Super Bowl pick of the week is the Colts Packers.
Yes.
You know what I mean? We both won this week.
Freaking
This
go.
Packers offense, I would like to see it in a game. You know what I'm saying? I like this whole the fact that we won against the Raiders. This is probably the one time this year that I'll pick the Colts Packers for the Super Bowl pick of the week.
Hey, I'm
why
fine with
not?
it.
Let's celebrate it. You know what I'm saying? 1 week removed from being inducted in the season's over club, baby. You know that's what it is. That's the motivation they needed.
That's
I like it.
You know what
I
I'm
like a
saying?
good underdog story for sure.
Oh yeah,
I like
it'd be
it.
great. It'd be great. Plus, I've been dreaming of that since I knew you were a Packers fan, motherfucker. I tell you what, I've been thinking about that since. I'm like, I can't wait till we beat
Easy
them.
dub.
At the
Easy
time,
dub.
I think we still had. Well, no, we had Andrew Luck. Did we have Peyton Manning when I knew you? 2010, 2011.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. We had Peyton Manning. Yeah. Okay, all right. So yeah, it was probably Peyton Manning then.
Yeah.
Anyway, great. That's your Super Bowl pick of the week, ladies and gentlemen. Cordell, I like yours. Darren, I like yours. Rebecca, I like yours. Okay, the Commanders.
Okay, real quick. Here we go, and then we'll
Yes.
jump to Apex. Packers,
Apex.
Titans. Packers.
Packers. No, I'm gonna say Titans, dude. Sorry.
Hey, I talked you into picking the Colts, baby.
All right, I'll pick the Packers for you. Just for you.
Falcons, Bears,
Falcons.
Bears.
Falcons.
I'm gonna say Falcons.
Dude, Justin Fields, man.
I know, but the Falcons are like sneaky like that.
Well, we're fine. Well, I'll let you pick this
Ooh,
week. I had
we're
a good
going
week
with the
last
Rebecca's
week.
picks.
I had a good week last week.
Okay, well then do it.
Rebecca's got a
Bills,
better one.
Browns.
Who Browns?
Bills, Browns.
Bills.
Yeah, Bills.
Colts,
Browns aren't that good.
Colts, Eagles.
Colts.
Go Colts. Let's go. Come on, Jeff Sunday Part 2, baby. Let's do it.
Sundays was Saturday. Jets, Patriots.
Jets.
How are the Patriots favored in this?
Oh, the entire the entire
What'd you say?
East,
Jets.
like the eastern side of the NFL is almost all in the playoffs.
I
right
know,
now.
it's ridiculous.
It's stupid.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Jets.
Yeah. Saints, Rams.
Rams.
You hope the Rams. I mean, like, I don't want the Rams to win, but like based off their roster alone, you would think they would win.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Saints though. I'm gonna say shocker. Taysom Hill has 3 touchdowns for some reason. One is a tight end, 2 is a running back.
Yeah, I don't think that one really matters for the Packers wild card. Giants, Lions.
Giants. They're coming off a
Rebecca.
bye,
Giants,
I
Lions.
think.
Lions. Upset.
A three-game
Say
streak.
Lions. Is that what she said?
Yeah, if the
I heard
Lions win, 3-game streak.
Hey, come on.
Ravens, Panthers.
Ravens.
Texans, Commanders.
Commanders. I'm going all in on the Commanders, baby.
Hey, Heineke hype train is real. Let's do it.
Broncos,
Commanders, I'm all in.
Raiders. What a sad game.
Oh, I'm gonna
Raiders.
say.
The Raiders
wow.
are scary. They're
Welcome
gonna
to
scare
the I don't
those
care about
mean
you game of the
people
week.
out.
That is definitely
Who'd you
the one
say?
I don't
Raiders?
care about.
Yeah, I said the Raiders are gonna scare those potheads out.
Vikings, Cowboys.
Heads out. Smoking doobies too much in Colorado, bro. I'll tell you what. What was the second
I
one?
think it's
Or
legal
what'd
in
you say?
Vegas too.
Vikings, Cowboys.
Oh, that game I like. That's gonna be a good one. I say Vikings.
Yeah, everyone says Vikings.
Yeah. I say
Bengals, Steelers.
Bengals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Sorry, I'm
Steelers.
Bengals.
We're almost done. Chiefs, Chargers.
Chiefs.
Ooh, Chargers need to win though. No, the Chargers are just gonna Charger. It's the
Yeah.
Chiefs for sure.
Niners, Cardinals. Cardinals just lost Ertz for the season.
Warzone is tomorrow.
49ers.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
100% is going to be the 49ers.
And they're gonna whoop them like 42-13.
I would agree that they're going to get their asses handed to them on a silver platter.
Okay. Let's see. Cordell. Basically, let's see. So you went Packers? You said Bears, Bills, Colts. He also said Colts, Jets, Saints,
Come on,
Giants,
Cordell.
Ravens.
What's up, baby?
Okay.
Let's do it.
Yeah, pretty similar picks across the board there. So.
Man, I tell you, if the Colts can beat the Eagles, that might be Jeff Saturday grabbing that rock for me. You know what I'm saying? If we could beat the Eagles,
if they beat the Eagles, that would be amazing.
I tell you, they don't have Dallas Goedert, so that's a thing. But they still got AJ Brown. They still got what's his face?
Did Goddard get injured? He scored a touchdown on Monday.
Goddard's injured. That face mask? Did you see that?
Oh no,
Yeah,
I was asleep. I was on NyQuil. I was passed out.
Sure. I think I saw a highlight of it yesterday. I didn't actually see it in action.
Okay.
Yeah, big deal. BFD.
I guess Luke hasn't technically responded, so he might not be on. Here, I guess I can check.
Okay. Yeah, let's check the group chat. Be there shortly. Oh, that's you.
No, it still says he's watching Netflix, but that's usually Josie's watching Netflix.
Sure.
I'll just say jumping on.
I wonder if she's drinking any of those spagliatos with prosecco in it anymore. I wonder if she was enjoying that.
She's going to. Everyone's going to see Taylor Swift, by the way.
Oh my! So is Haley and Callie. They got their tickets for July of next year in Kansas City.
Yeah.
Wait, which one? Which date? Well, I'm going to both, so don't even fucking matter.
Hey, what day in July are you going to Taylor Swift?
Oh, there he is.
The 6th, she says. The 6th?
That's not an option.
7th or 8th.
It's not the option.
7th or 8th.
7th or 8th. She's going to one of those.
Okay.
They're going to one of those. If you're going to be there, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Dude, apparently that was a whole mess. That was a whole mess.
10 hours.
Here.
There's
10 hours
about
on
to be a riot
Ticketmaster.
in
By
Swiftyland.
stream, we'll stay in Discord.
Yeah.